Hello my lovelies and welcome to another plan with me. Today we are in my Erin Condren and we are doing the week of March the 25th through to the 31st. And the kit we'll be using today is this gorgeous kit from the TheMixMatchPlanner. I'll show you all the pages. Leave that one to one side, we always start with the date covers. Clip choices for this one is obviously this gorgeous red rose, which I thought went perfectly with the red roses that are within the kit. And as always, my gorgeous sparkly 2-day clip. This one is from my unicorn planner and this one is from Sparkles and Charms. And then washi choices for this kit, I've picked these three. So you've got this gorgeous one, which I got from Sweet Pea Planner Supplies, this gorgeous rose gold foil. Then we've got this gorgeous one, which has got hearts, which I kind of thought went with the Mum and Me theme of the kit on there. And then we've got this gorgeous sparkly sort of aqua colour glitter washi. And I know Mothering Sunday was, or is this Sunday, obviously because I film a week in advance in this kit, but I still thought it went really well with obviously where we're heading into April, we're heading in towards Easter as well, so I thought the bunnies were quite cute, kind of merged everything together quite nicely. So without further ado, we'll get started, and we'll just start by obviously whiting out the days of the week. So I hope you've all had a really nice weekend, not too stressful, and I hope you've got all you mums out there get lovely surprises on Mothering Day and you're treated well by your little monkeys. I have absolutely no idea what mine have in store for me. I will worry about that towards the end of the week. Yeah, we'll put the date dots on first and then we'll go back across. In a moment. So, like this week, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, we have a better week. We did. Oops! Look at that. I've got my date dots run the wrong way already. Didn't even notice that. Let's see if I can get the date dot back off the date cover. There we go. Didn't even notice that. See, these things are sent to test us. Oops. Lovely. Just like so. And then we'll just get them, put the day covers on. It's absolutely glorious day today. The sun is absolutely beaming, which makes up for being quite drab and miserable the last couple of weeks, I suppose. So yeah, I had quite a sort of bad week last week, I think is probably fair to say. And it kind of, I don't know, it's kind of weird to explain, like, it kind of puts kind of the whole week in kind of a bit of disarray, really. Or at least it did for me. Literally last week started a bad week and just kind of didn't improve at all. So I'm kind of, oh, that'll do, it's straight enough. Hoping that this week is going to be a lot better. Well, I guess you can't odds it, but I'm just hoping everybody has a better week than we had last week. I don't want the fallouts and the squabbling and the getting pulled to one side and the playground by the teachers that I got last week. I really, really don't want that again. Yeah, it was just a really horrid week that I'd rather forget, to be fair. So my philosophy for this week is just to draw a line in the sand and move forward. So got the washi on that sheet, and we'll come back to that in a bit. Just trying to remember what I do. So yeah, be those next, along with the blank washi which is on that sheet. So yeah, we wasn't a brilliant week all round, to be honest. And it all kind of ended up rolling into one, and I just got to the point last week of, do you know what, I really can't be bothered with any of this. I don't want to be bothered with any of this. I'm not going to be bothered with any of this. And just didn't really have any enthusiasm left for anything else, to be honest. So see, Friday was school report week, or school report day, so the annual school reports came home on Friday. Whoops, I dropped my tweezers. And overall, the reports weren't bad. Obviously wasn't as good as last year's annual report, but in some respects it was better. Just based on like, in general, Reese is a little bit more on track than he was educational wise last year, but sort of other areas have like dwindled. But he didn't get a bad report. He got green across the board. So what his school do is you're marked on where you are at in your learning ability. So whether you're on track, you're a bit behind, or you're nearly on track, etc., or you're well off the mark with each specific area, so English, maths, science, etc. I think I'm going to use that as my theme sticker. So I'm just going to work my way through my full boxes. So yeah, he got green across the board, which means he's like, is good, basically, which was fantastic. That's kind of a together picture, isn't it? So I might put that on the weekend, actually. So, oops. Getting it straight is always helpful. So, yeah, it wasn't a bad report. It could have been better. But I'm not really going to sort of focus on the fact that it could be better. Sort of, there are certain areas that were highlighted that I expected to be highlighted, sort of thing. Like, he's not a fan of reading. He likes writing, but he's not a fan of reading. And I think what's really frustrating about that is and the fact that I know he can do it, like if he applied himself, he just doesn't want to do it. And I think that kind of makes it a little bit more frustrating. from kind of that perspective. But it was overall a good report. I mean, it's parents' evening this week, so, you know, I will get the proper ins and outs of everything. And obviously I go and speak to his teachers. Obviously it's my youngest's first parents' evening, so that could be quite interesting to see what they actually think. And, you know, now Luke is a little bit more settled and starting to show more of his true colours, shall we say. So, as you can see, I've got 2 left over. And, oh, look at that. I've actually inadvertently colour blocked, except for on this one, obviously, because I did a picture, but that wasn't intentional, guys. But I do use 2 font boxes in the sidebar in this one, so I'm not too worried about these being left to one side. So we'll come back to that in a bit. And then in the middle, I normally do my todays. So back to my headers. So yeah, I'm hoping for positivity. Although off the backlash of last week, Reese is extremely unsettled again, which has sort of kind of provoked some behaviours that we haven't seen for a long time in him, especially in a school environment. So I'm a little bit concerned of what might be said. But we shall see. I mean, parents' evening is only a short time slot per parent per child. So I can't imagine an awful lot is going to be covered in discussion, if that makes sense. So I shall have to wait and see, really, till we get to parents' evening. And we'll just have to play by ear. You know, it's all you can do, and sort of carry on with the positivity side of things, and, you know, try and turn the negative things into positives as best we can. So we will have to wait and see on that front. Oops, I don't want to do alter today, like so. But we'll get there when we get there. So, those of you that watch me regularly on my Erin Condren ones will know that I've dropped putting in the quarter boxes on this particular spread now, because I just didn't think they were necessary to put in. And if I needed them, you know, I know I have them to hand, that I can always pop them in as and when. And as you can see, because I inadvertently colour blocked with the day covers, or the date covers, I'm just going to continue that, I think. Continue that theme all the way down. So I'm at a point in my planning style, or in the way I plan, that I'm a no white space planner, obviously. But maybe I've got post-it notes stuck in there. I wonder why the page wasn't very smooth. That I just generally want to kind of make everything a little bit more practical. But this one works exactly as it is. Just literally all I've done was take out the quarter boxes. because I just didn't need them anymore. So I've just not bothered to put them in. So just looking now, what I normally do, generally getting a feel for everything, is I normally put 2 runs of washi in this at this point, but I'm wondering, yes, I'm probably going to need to do both. So definitely going to be the wider one and then one of these skinny ones. But what I don't want to do is come too much into this box, because if I remember correctly, sorry, I'm just flicking back across. I have got a little bit of room that I could move that bottom washi down a bit if I wanted to. But then saying that, it's 2 different foils together, isn't it? So I don't think I will. I'll just use the skinny one and this one. Just put that straight across like so. If any of you guys are wondering what I use as a cutter, it's just a cricket scraper. When I started out, whoops, it's a bit of a short tab. I might just trim that actually with the scissors. If I can get it off the page, that is. I seriously need to get my fingernails sorted. Just because they're too long now. Oh, I'll worry about that later. I'll be here all day otherwise. I don't want to make... This is the dog charging down to the door because the posties just stuffed some post through the letterbox, as she does. There we go, just like so. And then I said I was going to use this one tonight, and I've got a funny feeling this is a brand new roll, which means it probably has that horrible bit on there somewhere. So we'll just take a line of it. Okay, this glitter washi seems to be a little bit wider than my normal glitter washi, but it's still a little bit narrower than the 10mm one. And like I said, I just think that the 2 foils, the one's rose gold, one's sorry, that clanging you can hear in the background, my trolley. I only got it, I think it was Friday. And I just haven't had a chance to sort of sit down and sort it out properly. So at the moment it's kind of just been shoved at the side of my workspace. In all honesty, it's kind of in the way a little bit. Like that. And then I want my to-do headers even. Let's get these down. So, anyway, enough about being morbid about the boys. Sort of trying to keep positivity up if I can, and just think, well, it's a new week, let's begin again. So here we are with a new week. She says hopingly a word, I think so, maybe. So let's move on. So I'm actually off shopping shortly for my youngest's birthday, which is on the 21st, on the Thursday. And I've not got this in the right point on the tweezers, have I? So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I love going shopping for their birthdays. I ask them very vaguely what they would like for their birthdays. And I do try and make a very conscious effort of spending exactly the same amount on them. Then there's no arguing. Which is very hard with the age gap. They don't end up with exactly the same stuff. And there's a slight overhang, but that's okay, because when I put the bottom washi on, it should just mean that the bottom washi sits right at the bottom of the page. Again, just trying to get these straight. Like so. Like I said, I try and keep what they get as similar as possible. It's not always possible. Like I said, there is a bit of an age gap and they are into slightly different things. But I do try and, like, for example, this year they both got a scooter each. So that's what they want. They wanted scooters. And obviously, where my eldest's birthday was on the 1st of this month, he's already had his presents. And some of the bigger presents are ones that match up. I have quite literally had to sort of almost restrict use to my eldest of his own birthday presents, because the youngest wants to join in, even though it's not his items. So the sooner Thursday comes, the better, because then they'll both have a scooter and they can both go out to play and there'll be no squabbling, theoretically, over whose is whose and what's what. So I've got two full box checklists left on there. Just pop those to one side. I may or may not need them. Now we're just going to bring in this gorgeous bottom washi. Oh, I mean, you could use it wherever you want to use it, but I always use it along the bottom. And we're just going to line it right up against the stickers like I always do. Trying to get it to go as I want it to. And as you can see, it just means I haven't got a white edge at the bottom where I've just pushed everything down with that glitter washi was a little bit wider. And then we're just going to bring in this one. As you can see, this one cuts off. So you can choose whether or not you have it go into your sidebar or not. I don't stick yet. Actually, you've got to go straight. At least I hope you're going to go straight there, like so. So literally all I've done is just lose that gap at the bottom of the page, which I'm absolutely fine with. And it doesn't, just checking, it doesn't overhang anywhere, which it doesn't. And then moving on. So I will use that at the bottom, but what I'm going to do first is just what I've been doing with all my spreads, and that's putting skinny washi along the edges of the boxes, between basically the edge of my spread and my sidebar content, and it just gives you a nice edge to work with, I think, and it just helps with spacing and lining things up, because I don't always build my washi, because it's right to the bottom of the page. We're just going to bring the scissors in and just try and trim it off just like so. I don't always build it top all the way down. Sometimes I'll start here and then go here, and all over the place. So with that in mind, just want to check what I do. Right, I've been cutting it off, have I? Okay, right. So I am going to pop this in now while I remember. Otherwise I will forget. A little bit trickier when you go right to the bottom of the page like I have, just to get it to go straight, but that'll do. And then I said I was going to use the picture frame one up here as my theme sticker. Just like that. And it also means it pushes you out a bit more to this edge. Obviously I have used quite a bit thicker. This one is almost a 10mm. If I pick up a 10mm and show you, I think it's an 8mm. By the look of it, there's like 2mm missing. It's a little bit thicker than I normally use. And then I do a next week, because this is obviously the planner that I use for my social media. So for you guys, my social media followers, so like my YouTube followers, and I want the Monday through to Sunday sticker. Like so, and then I want a what do I usually do? I know what I normally do, but slightly different with every kit I do, if that makes sense. I normally put a full box, half box checklist in, and I think I'll use the green one just in there like so. And then I've got, I don't really have room for a full box. I have a full box of it, but I don't have room for a full box. But I do have this, which I think with a header or a bit of blank washi will work perfectly. I want it blank so I can write on it, I think. No, I'm going to use the rose. I can write over the rose washi. It's not a problem. So we're just going to pop that in there, and then I'm just going to use this one in. Sorry, I've kind of curled the edge where I put it down and then decided to put that bit of washi in. So now it won't quite. There we go, just like so. That works perfectly. And then we'll go back to this washi. And this should fit nicely across the top of my date covers, because that's where I usually pop it. Issues because it's moved on the coil, like so, and then I just do the same on the other side, but obviously I trim it off. Because obviously I don't go across into the word March, whereas in my happy planner I do They're like so. Just pop that little bit down there. And then we've just got to go through now and put my functionals in. So we'll start with this one. This is YouTube Floss. And she's from TheMixMatchPlanner also. So she just sits down here, and I just keep a sub count in that box. So just so I know that, you know, I've got subscribers and that, you know, I can see whether or not it's going up or if it's going down. So this is the Chibi Girl from Fab Planner Print, and she just represents planning in my Happy Planner. So she always goes on a Thursday. That one, don't need that one. What else have we got? Oh. Then this is Coffee Mini, and she's my character sticker in here, and she just sits up the top by Monday somewhere. And then we've got these from Plan to Stitch Planning, and I brought these because they look exactly like my mini planner. So it just goes on a Friday. And then I brought these ones because they look like a coiled planner, so Condren. And they're the ones I'm going to be using for my Condren from now on in. And then we've got these gorgeous little stickers are from One That's More With Love, and obviously they're film, edit and upload. So they just go obviously in the to-dos. Down like that, and then obviously the same on Thursday. And then the same on Friday. And then obviously it would be the same on days that if I decided to do a Happy Mail haul or TN. Just making my TN for you guys to see. Like so. And then we've got Instagram Mini, which again is from TheMixMatchPlanner. And then she obviously goes down on every day as well. And I'm loving the new sizes of Mini because she's just so much more workable with, like so. Oh, I have a spare sheet of her. And then this is Unicorn Mini Planning, and I use her to represent any days that I'm PRing on. So this is the week of the 25th, so one on Friday, 29th. And I'll just pop her down the bottom, like so. And then obviously I do subs in that box. This one is obviously my Condren. This one is my classic HP, and this one's the mini. And that, guys, is pretty much it. Hope that's all in shot and you can see it all. I hope you like this plan with me. Sorry I wasn't overly cheerful today. Like I said, I've just been on a bit of a downer this week, and like just going to try and pick myself up this week and move forward. So we're just going to pop my clips in so you can see what they look like with the kit. And there we go, guys. I hope you have a fabulous start of the week, and I will catch you on my next video. Bye.